What's up, everybody? Celtic Scare here, back in my Penguins jersey to bring you another video to get those 10s and 20 view. Yeah, it's one of my old, kind of classic ones. I am hunting down a Yager jersey, like with the robot penguin with the lines. Apparently, I can't find it anywhere. Penguins don't want to bring those jerseys back. They bring a weird knockoff back. But it's Saturday, and since I've been doing one video per day, attempting to do one video per day. The Angry Cop video is supposed to be Friday and Thursday, but I've actually uploaded on Wednesday. But today we're doing, according to what amazing, or what's this guy's page? Most amazing top 10. Stop talking there, dude. Top 10 Halloween urban legends. You know, simple. I have a bunch of Halloween videos kind of lined up. Need to get them knocked out because I'm going away for Halloween. Road tripping, leaving the haunted forest. The Jack-o'-lantern video needs to be edited. It has kind of a crazy result. What I did not expect. And please remember to do the thing.
Bolin, do the thing.
What thing?
The thing! I never had to tell Julie what thing.
I'm not Julie, okay? Pretend I don't know anything about anything that's happening here.
Like if you like this video. Subscribe if you seem to like me. Share. Sharing is caring. I said I want to hit 50 by the end of the year. I could do it by the end of the month. I'm at 48. Just a small YouTube channel. Just doing this for fun. Comments are welcome. And you can dislike it, and I slightly hold it against you. But since I don't know who you actually are, doesn't matter. Let's get to the video with Chi. It's a man has a Bob Ross haircut going on. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking the vibe. I did a different video with some guy named Preston. Apparently he has 21 million subscribers. We were trying to bust myth. No, he wasn't doing crap. So I scrapped that plan and went over to this fine Afro gentleman. Let's see what he has.
Family, I'm your host, Che Arena, and
Jay. Sorry. I said Chi.
welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10.
Not welcome back. It's a welcome. I just found you.
Halloween is the spookiest time of year, and it wouldn't be complete without some urban legends to make you even more afraid. I mean, we've all heard of them, like someone putting razor blades in candy. I don't know if that is actually true, but I heard
It apparently has happened, so
about it every year when I would go out to collect candy as a kid. And now thinking about it, that's exactly what your parents told you not to do. Never take candy from strangers. But on Halloween, you get to break all the rules. I mean, some girls find a way to make a slutty Minecraft costume. The laws of nature are turned
not gonna question
upside down. After doing some digging, I managed to throw together a list of the crazier urban legends I could find with today's list of top 10 scary Halloween urban legends.
For Che gets going. I've been disappointed by Halloween top 10 lists, mostly of movies. I have faith here. I'm feeling good. The Irish won big. The Pens are playing great. We're playing again tonight at 7. That's not why I'm wearing the jersey. So I'm giving the man hope.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell.
Also, if you go there and you from me, tell them that I sent you. Help me grow.
Also, if you need more Most Amazing Top 10 content, check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Also, if anyone needs Most Amazing Top 10 merch, check out the link below and use the offer code MA10 to get $5 off, which means you can get a t-shirt for like $10. That's
I don't know if that promotion's still going on, and I don't have merch, so I'll let him plug his.
an amazing deal. And stick around for the whole video because I have got some funny and scary ones for the top 3. But before we jump in, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor. Does your beard
Kind of a weird way to start a Manscaped commercial. Okay, there we go.
Now, let's get into this list. At number 10, we have cannabis edibles. With the rise of mainstream cannabis use, there has been an urban legend circulating that some houses aren't giving out regular gummy bears. Instead, they're putting a supercharged weed edible into your pillowcase disguised as candy. If you're doing this on Halloween and kids come to your house and they say trick or treat, you can say both. In recent years, this has been one of the more popular warnings. Everyone telling their kids that they should look out for candy with strange packaging because it might launch them into the stratosphere if they eat it. I mean, this might happen, but I highly doubt it. I don't think anyone is going to spend thousands of dollars on weed edibles just to waste them on a bunch of kids. The last thing someone thinks when they buy a bunch of weed is, let's use this to make sure a bunch of kids have a really good time. No, if someone is buying a massive amount of edibles or making them themselves, they aren't going to try and ruin your Halloween. They're probably just stocking up for the apocalypse so they can still get high while the world is on fire. At number...
Yeah, I was gonna wait to let him finish his rant, and I'm gonna jump in. Yeah, no, I don't see people wasting that kind of money on something like that when they cannot see the actual results. Now, if they're at a party and want to see how the kids react, then yeah, maybe. But no, I don't think with the amount of money that stuff costs. Also, I'm straight edge, so I never even smoked. Figure that one out.
We have the 13th floor. When you go into a building, why is there no 13th floor? We all know the superstition about unlucky number 13.
In Asian countries, they also don't have the fourth floor, because four in other language, I think Japanese is shi or something like that, which translates to death. So.
And Friday the 13th. I mean, there's an entire movie series about it that gave birth to one of the most famous horror characters of all time. But there is a great urban legend that merges Halloween and the creepy 13th floor. Apparently, way back when the 13th floor was still a thing in buildings, someone decided to put on a haunted house in one. A multi-layered haunted house that spiraled all the way up to the 13th floor. Each level of the house was a different theme and scarier than the last. This 13-layered dip of doom was so scary that most people turned around and headed back to their homes with pee-filled costumes. And those were the lucky ones, because everyone who managed to make their way all the way to the final stage was never heard from again. That's a crummy reward for being the bravest person around. Death? Maybe they were never heard from again because there was a bunch of gold up there and they took it and moved to the Bahamas. Well, that would be better. At number...
Yeah, I want to say there was a thing in Philadelphia that was that if you could make it through the entire attraction, you got it for free. Never even heard of that version of it. The only thing is remember the Mitch Hedberg joke where he's like, hotels don't have 13 floors, but if you jump out of 14th, you'll hit the ground sooner.
Number 8, we have LSD tattoos for kids. More drugs for kids. Again, I would like...
See, I heard the first one. I kind of heard the second one. I never heard this one.
To say no one will do this. Drugs are expensive and no one wants to waste them on your screaming toddler.
Yeah, some people are complete assholes, and maybe.
Although, if I was gonna dose a misbehaving kid with any sort of drug, it would probably be LSD. A few drops in his little sippy cup and I'd be like, hey, deal with your ego. You're annoying to everyone. In the 70s, when LSD was all over the news, a rumor got started that some people were putting LSD in those pressable tattoos for kids. Parents all over America started to throw them out because they didn't want little Timmy to reach a higher plane, man. Like, really trip out, dog. At number 7...
Okay, for the 70s, okay, that came from the 70s, I can understand that.
We have college campus murders. Killing a bunch of co-eds all dressed slutty on Halloween night? Wow, so original. If you're gonna be a serial killer, at least bring something new to the table. Killing hot chicks on a spooky holiday is about as original as a seductive vampire movie.
It's slutty chicks they go after. That's the thing, not just hot, slutty. And the LSU cheerleaders popped up on my screen, so perfect timing.
Well, this legend started in the 60s, and it does have a little bit of flair to it. The legend involves a TV psychic making a prediction that a bunch of people will be killed on a college campus on Halloween night. Everyone goes crazy, and college kids are too frightened to run around super drunk and half naked, and they spend their Halloween in their bedrooms watching scary movies, hoping next year they can hook up with someone they'll never talk to again. Of course, this never happened. It was a rumor kicked around probably by some teens. But I don't know, maybe for fun, we should all go to a psychic and see if we can get them to tell us about a bunch of grisly murders that are on the horizon. Also, if you're psychic and you see the future and there's a bunch of people getting massacred, shouldn't you, do something about it?
Would they believe you? That's the real question.
Number 6, we have Halloween Hitchhiker. You're never really supposed to pick up hitchhikers, but I think you should be extra careful on Halloween night. It's just an extra spooky time, and you don't want some random person on the side of the highway to feel inspired by the date and then chop you into little pieces. The legend of the Halloween Hitchhiker is a tale as old as time. A trucker picks up a lady walking on the side of the highway. This is on Halloween night. She gets in, they start to talk for a bit, and the conversation leads her to talking about a gruesome murder that she witnessed. The girl who she describes in the murder is strangely similar to herself. The trucker is starting to get very freaked out. Luckily, they're close to her destination. He lets her out of the cab of the truck. She thanks him, and then when he looks in his rearview mirror to see where she goes, she vanishes. Spooky.
Wasn't that a Supernatural episode? They were going to check out a ghost haunting a road who died, who didn't know she was dead.
5, we have Halloween gang initiation. As time goes on, we get new urban legends that will fit our changing culture. The Halloween night gang initiation was a rumor that got passed around and even made its way onto the news. The public was warned that the world-famous gang, the Bloods, was going to be doing a gang initiation on Halloween night. This initiation consisted of them killing 31 women on Halloween. Seems like a bit much. I mean, I've never been in a gang, but I'm sure after the first 15, you'd be like, you know, this guy is very serious. I think we should let him in. I mean, if I had a gang and someone wanted in, all they would have to do is take me on a really nice date and then afterwards give me their Disney Plus password, but I'm just a simple guy. This
sounds like you just try to hook up with them, but yeah, I think after 13, you're good.
rumor also got so out of control that the number skyrocketed to 141 women. Thankfully, it was revealed that it was all a hoax, so ladies across the world could go out on Halloween night without worried about being murdered. Well, worried less about being murdered. I don't know how much you normally worry about being murdered. At number 4, we have Where's Mama's Head? A famous Halloween picture of
What?
Susan and John Buckley. It shows them standing with their mother, Susan with an axe in her hand, and John with his mother's head in his hands. And also, their mom's decapitated body kneels between them. This picture is over 100 years old, and it looks terrifying. And the story behind it is all the kids in the neighborhood were going to get dummies and cut their heads off as a Halloween prank. John and Susan wanted to be the best pranksters in town, and they cut off their mom's head. Then they took this photo. The police came to the house, and the Buckley siblings were nowhere to be found. What the police did find was their mom's body half eaten. I guess after they killed their mom, they were like, wait, who's gonna make dinner? Not a lot of foresight with these two. However, this
That could be time period, that could be rats, that could be dogs, that could be pets.
picture was photoshopped. The two kids never killed their mom and then took a picture with her head. Like I said before, this photo is over 100 years old, so that means there would have needed to be a third person involved to take the picture. There was no like setup camera picture thing back then. And that guy probably would
Actually, there was, but he would have to have it in his hand to press the button.
have been like, man, that dummy looks awfully real and awfully familiar. Here's the real photo. At number 3, we have Haunted Halloween Doll. Apparently, this urban legend was actually the inspiration for the movie Chucky. It was
And Annabelle.
back in the 1900s, and there was a young boy named Robert. He was hanging out doing whatever kids in the 1900s would do, probably throwing rocks and being illiterate. I don't know. Well, it was Robert's lucky day because his maid had a little gift for him. It was a little doll, which was also named Robert. Not a very good idea. I mean, if you're going to give someone a doll, at least give them a doll that doesn't have a name. Shouldn't they be allowed to name it? Well, apparently this doll was named Robert, so it would be forever linked to this boy because it had a voodoo curse on it. Huge bummer. That would be a gift that I would definitely re-gift to someone else. Well, the doll
1900s made she's probably put you in the South. So, yeah, I can see that happening.
tormented the kid for his whole life until it eventually drove him to kill himself. Oof, bummer. At number 2, we have Spider Wig. This one is a classic. I had to put it on the list.
Never heard of it.
A girl is trying to throw together a cheap Halloween costume, so she starts going through her grandparents' things. She heads into the basement and finds a bunch
Okay, I see where it's going.
of stuff, including an old wig and a nice witch's hat. Amazing. She's ready for Halloween night on a budget. She heads over to her friend's Halloween party, but when she gets there, people can't look at her without screaming at the top of their lungs. It is Halloween, but that's not the response you're looking for when people look at you. Well,
Yeah, depending on your plan.
She starts to feel a weird itching sensation all over her body. She rushes into the bathroom, looks into the mirror, and she sees thousands of little spiders crawling all over her body. You tried to save money and have fun on Halloween, and now you get screwed over. Next time, just go to Spirit Halloween and buy the overpriced wig.
Or just shake the damn thing out and make sure there's no spiders in your wigs.
And our number one spot is the Undying Mask. I'm pretty sure this one got started from a Goosebumps book, but it's about a mask that you put on that you can never take off. The legend goes that
Oh, that's very old. That's a lot older than that.
someone walks into a mysterious costume shop on Halloween night. They need a last-minute costume, and they see this mask. It's a mask of an old dying man. And they think, why not? An old dude would be great. Easy costume. They take it home, they put it on, and it looks strangely real, like it's attached to their skin. But then the mask won't come off, as if it has become a part of them. They start to freak out. How do I get this thing off my face? So they run back to the costume shop, but it's empty, just a hollow building with nothing in it. The longer they wear the mask, the more the mask becomes a part of them until it takes over their whole body. They become the dying old man that the mask represented. They make a full transformation, and then they're never themselves again. Woo! All right, everyone, that is our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to actually do like legit urban legends, like why we do jack-o'-lanterns, why the points behind trick-or-treating. Not a terrible list. Not my cup of tea, but you know, I expected more like a legit urban legends, things I heard of. Heard of like very few of those, and now it's actually been a pick six. Football, sorry. That's it. That's all I have. I'll see you weird people later.